My name is Francia Yvonne O. Velasquez, and I'm going to report about rights, privileges, and benefits. So first, let's define what is rights. Rights is from a Latin word rectus, which means ruled. Rights is considered as fundamental and absolute. Rights is granted by the Constitution to any individual. And lastly, rights is a social norm in the form of freedom that are available to people by virtue of being citizens of a country. Second, let's define what is privileges. So, privileges is from a Latin word privilegium, which means bill or a law affecting an individual. Privileges provides immunity or exemption to certain people. Privileges is special benefit or permission granted to an individual. And privileges is a special right not available to all members of the society, but is rather restricted to a chosen few in the society. And lastly, let's define what is benefits. So benefits is from a Latin word benefacere, which means to do good. Benefits is an advantage or favors. Benefits provide an advantage for others, something you may receive as compensation. And lastly, benefits is an additional advantage an employer receives from his or her employer. So let's differentiate rights, privileges, and benefits. So, rights is something that no one should be able to take away from you. However, privileges is something that comes to only chosen few. And benefits is something that is given or sometimes called as social assistance. And here are some corporate word of wisdom from famous people. The rights of every man are diminished when the rights of man are threatened, by John F. Kennedy. And responsibility, I believe, occurs through privilege, Noam Chomsky. And lastly, the desire of gold is not for gold, it is for means of freedom and benefits, by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Vic Messina, and I'm going to talk about the employer's right and employee's rights. First is employee's rights. Employment law covers all rights and obligations within the employee and employer relationship, including not only current employees but also former employees and job applicants. Many of the legal disputes involving businesses are related to employee rights and regulations. Because of the complexity of employment relationship and the wide variety of situations that can arise, employment law involves legal issues as diverse as. First one is employees' rights on the workplace. It is their right to be free from discrimination and harassment of all types. The next one is right to have a fair wages for work performed, and right to have an overtime for extra income and to finish those unfinished tasks. Right to have a safe workplace free of dangerous conditions, toxic substances, and other potential safety hazards. And the last one is right to be free from retaliation for filing a complaint against a employer. The next one is employer's responsibilities. Employer's responsibility is to have a health and safety workplace. It is the employer's responsibility to ensure and to accommodate the employees need and to protect them while at work. The next one is salary. All workers must be paid a minimum amount per hour. This is regardless of the kind of work they do or the size and the type of work they are doing in a certain company. The next one is disciplinary and grievance procedure. Disciplinary rules and procedures are necessary for promoting fairness and order in the treatment of individuals and in the conduct of employer relations. The next is contract of employment. A contract of employment is an agreement between employee and employer, employee and employer, employee and employer. The contract doesn't have to be in writing, but you are entitled to have a written statement about the terms.
Hi, I'm Bessie Huho. I will discuss to you what is employee and employer's duties and obligation. First, I will discuss to you what is employer's duties and obligation. The first one is duty to pay the employee the agreed amount if the employee arrives for work and can work. The second is provide employee with work to do. For example, if you are senior executive in a company, then the employer may have broken their duty to the employee. And the third one is the observe health and safety regulation. And the fourth is give employees correct information about right under their contract. And the fifth one is give employers reasonable opportunity to have their complaints looked at. And the sixth one is there is no duty to provide references to an employee. For example, if a references is provided by the employer owes the duty of the employee to make sure that reference is completed and reasonable skills and care is true and accurate and fair. 7 is the last one is each employee and employers own their duty and the mutual trust and confidence they must show respect for each other. And second one is I will discuss to you what is the employee duties and obligation. First is to do what a reasonable employee would in any situation. Second is to be not duty to be honest. 3 is do not disrupt the business. For example, taken part in industrial action. 4 is disclose wrongdoing. Does not include the spent conviction, but the employees must disclose the wrongdoing by their employees. And fifth one is carry out and follow orders of the employer as long as they are legal. Sixth one is do not disclose the employer's confidential information. 7 is work with reasonable, what I said before, care and skill. 8 is look after employer's properties of using it. And 9 is not to compete in the business against the employer while still working for them as an employee. And do not take bribes. And 11 is be prepared to change when the job changes. For example, if computers or other machinery are introduced to help the employee to do their job. And the last one is give any invention to the employers if these are developed by employee during their employment. So these are the employers and employees' duties and obligation. Thank you for listening.
Hello, I'm Dominic Natividad, and I'm going to report words of wisdom of employers and employee. So, firstly, what are words of wisdom? Words of wisdom are phrases or quotes that helps boost the morale of employers and employee to increase their productivity and their performance. The first word of wisdom to employees are one machine can do the work of 50 ordinary men. No machine can do the work of one extraordinary man. So in this word of wisdom, it says the passion of a man can exceed the work of a machine. So it's mainly about the passion and the wholeheartedness of the of the worker. Next is the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. In this one, it basically says that every process, every step is important not only to the worker but to the whole workplace. Next is the dictionary is the only place. The dictionary is the only place where success comes before work. The basic meaning of this is before you succeed in your work, your life, you need to work hard. Some of us will do our jobs well and some will not, but we will be judged by only one thing, the result. So in this quote or word of wisdom, it basically says that result shows how hard we worked for it. Mediocrity will show based on the results, and the hard work will show on the result. In this next slides, the words of wisdom to the employers. First is, if you hear a voice within you saying you are not a painter, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced. By Vince van Gogh. This means that don't doubt yourself. If you ever do, do the opposite. If you doubt yourself that you can't do it, just do it. Next is, here's the simple but powerful rule. Always give people more than they expect to get. This also gives to give emphasis on not being a mediocre employer, but to show wholeheartedly how you want to get to your goal. And that is to give more than what they expect the result will be. Next is, what would you do if you weren't afraid? This is also like the first one. Doubts, the fear. It just says that you should go outside your comfort zone and do what your goal is. Next is train people well enough so they can leave. Treat them well enough so they don't want to. This is for how you treat your employees, obviously, and how you show them respect, how you boost their morale. Treat them. A successful man is one who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks others have thrown at him. So this is also as like the first and third one shows doubt, but not only that, but shows the criticism of what others throw at you. Basically says that you should use those criticism to further improve yourself, your workplace, your system, your organization, and build a better one for the criticisms that have been thrown at you. So that's all it. Thank you.
What is employee benefits? Employee benefits is also known as perks are provided to employees over and above salaries and wages. There are four major types of employee benefits. First, medical insurance. It's an insurance for the cost of medical treatment if you are ill or injured, often paid by the companies for their employees. Second, life insurance is a system in which you make regular payments to an insurance company in exchange for a fixed amount of money that will be paid after you die. Third, disability insurance is an insurance aims to provide monetary compensation to an injured worker in cases where accidents occur, and it renders him disabled, thus incapable of earning whether in a short-term or a long-term period. Retirement benefits are funds set aside to provide people with an income or pension when they end their careers. Employee privileges, a special right, advantage, or immunity granted or available only to a particular person or a group.
Good day, my name is Donna May Paz of Group 5, which is Rights and Privileges. Today, I will discuss to you the employee requirements to qualify for benefits and privileges. The first benefits that I will discuss to you is the retirement benefits. All employee or member who is 60 years old, separated from employment or self-employed and has paid at least 120 monthly contribution prior to the semester of retirement are qualified for these benefits. Next is medical, life, and disability insurance. All full-time, permanent, and probationary employee who have completed at least 6 months of full-time services. All full-time contractual who have completed at least 6 months of full-time services. This benefit is up to the end of the contract are qualified for the said benefits. Thank you and God bless.
So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Carlos Villas Nislao, and I'll be discussing to you the adjudication boards that settle for an employee's claim for benefits. So, first of all, I'd like to discuss what adjudication means. So, adjudication is the legal process by which an arbiter or judge reviews evidence and argumentation, including legal reasoning set forth by opposing parties to decide which determines the victor. So, in short, adjudication is the legal process of resolving a dispute. So, if I were to tell you if the world is just, then that's quite a far-fetched statement because there are cheaters, there are corrupt people, and there are evil intentions all across the world. So, with this, I can tell you that the world is unjust, and that's why we need rules, that's why we need laws, and that's why we need rights to fight for what's just. So, there are actually three factions that rule the government. First would be the legislative, which makes the laws. The second would be the executive, which executes the law. And lastly would be the judiciary, which interprets the law. So in the case of our topic, the adjudication boards, we'll be discussing mostly on the Department of Labor and Employment, which is the DOLE. So DOLE, the reason that we're focusing on the Department of Labor and Employment is that because DOLE is both serves as the two factions, the legislative and the executive. So, with this, DOLE also has bureaus under it. From the board, we can see that these bureaus actually collect information on the Filipino people and for registration and the like, so that we can identify them and it'll be a lot better. It'll be helpful for fighting for the rights and privileges. So we also have attached agencies on the board. You can see here that there are a ton of agencies under DOLE, but we're going to have to focus on actually one agency, which is the National Labor Relations Commission, or the NLRC. This is because the NLRC is the judiciary faction of DOLE. So in the case of workers and employers which still feel oppressed, NLRC is the way. You can see here from the board are the jurisdictions of the NLRC. So a sample NLRC case which was solved back in 2003 was Mr. Juanito Bernardo. So he was a part-time lecturer from 1974 to 2003 of the La Salle Araneta University. So in the year 2003, his services were actually no longer required. But with this, he accepted it without any complaints. So at a later date, he decided to ask for his retirement benefits. Unfortunately, the university did not accept for his claim for benefits. So this is because he's already the age of 75. For the policy of our university, they needed to settle the claim on at the age of 65, or he wouldn't be able to get his benefits. So this is actually unjust. Everyone is actually entitled, has the right and are privileged to claim their benefits despite their age. So with this, he actually sought help from the NLRC We actually seeked help from the NLRC, and within time, they were able to solve it, and he was able to get back his he was able to claim his benefits. So that's all for my presentation. Once again, my name is Carlos Mislao, and I'm showing you the adjudication boards that settle for employees' claim for benefits. And that's all. Thank you and God bless. I now give the floor to Mr. Casbanan.
What? It's my turn now?
Yeah, it's your turn, bud.
I'm reading this amazing book, but okay, fine. I'll do it. Hey guys, Hey guys, Mr. Spannon here. Today I'll be discussing to you the factors affecting job satisfaction and motivation. Also, after that topic, I'll be telling you guys the best companies to work for here in the Philippines, because these companies actually give the best benefits and privileges ever. Stay tuned. Now, before I tell the factors that affects job satisfaction and motivation, just want to briefly remind you guys the differences between satisfaction and motivation. Motivation is the drive for you to attain a certain goal, and satisfaction is the positive feedback or the positive energy that you feel upon achieving a certain goal. So, pretty clear, right? Now, with that in the way, let's get on with number 1, the first factor affecting job satisfaction and motivation. Number 1 is salary. Money not only helps people attain their basic needs, but is also instrumental in providing upper level need satisfaction. Now, money, as we all know, is something that we need to survive. We need money to pay electricity, money to pay water, money to pay rent, money to pay food. What are we gonna eat if we don't have food, right? It's just that money is the root of all evil. Kidding aside, guys, that is how important money is. It's just that basic necessities, we need money. That's why if we need money, we need to be motivated to work, because I need money. I need to get to work immediately, And after getting money, after getting paid, you get satisfied. Correct? Factor number 2. Factor number 2 is promotion. Promotional opportunities seem to have a varying effect on job satisfaction. This is because promotions take some different forms and have a variety of accompanying rewards. Now, we all work in a company, or we will soon all work in a company. And of course, we don't want to stay an intern the rest of our lives. We want to be promoted. And if you're the person who doesn't want to get promoted, then this video isn't for you. Off you go. No, kidding. Now, promotion is amazing. Why? Because once you are promoted, your salary also increases. Since salary increases, you have more money to spend on for food, for water, for electricity. Amazing, right? So, are you not gonna get motivated? Of course you will. Are you gonna be satisfied if you get promoted? Definitely. Third factor. Third factor is caring organization. When people feel that organizations for which they are working cares for them and takes actions to improve their work and lives, they are happy, and this creates higher satisfaction. This is so true. Why? Because when I was in high school, when I entered some organizations or groups or clubs, I remember this senior guy. He said, "Oh, you must be the new guy." And I said, "Oh, yes. Hi, my name is DJ." And he said, "Don't you worry. When it comes to all the things that you want to know, I got you covered. If you need something else, just call me. I'll be there for you. I will be teaching you all the basic stuffs, what's happening here. So I got your back." And that was the best thing ever. That was the best feeling ever I got, because knowing that I was in good hands, I knew that everything would be all right. And will you be motivated if you have an organization like this? Of course. Will you be satisfied? Who wouldn't, right? Factor number 4, nature of work. Most individuals have a liking for certain tasks and would prefer to handle these tasks. One should make sure that he or she is going to the firms where he or she gets to apply the skills, abilities, and knowledge to the fullest. Now, we all have a dream job, right? For example, me, I I'm currently studying mechanical engineering so that in the future I'll be having a work something related to mechanical engineering, not something related to design or arts or poetry. No, nothing like that. That's why I took mechanical engineering. Do you really think I would be motivated working in somewhere arts related? And I passed the board exam as a mechanical engineer. Do you think I'm happy? No! I'm kidding. No, guys, I wouldn't be. Same as you. So now, these are the 4 main factors affecting job satisfaction and motivation. But trust me, there are more. But if I were to put all those factors here in this video, time wouldn't be in my side. Let me also add a famous quotation from Mark Twain. And he said, and I quote, "Find a job you enjoy doing and you will never have to work a day in your life." Sounds on point, right? Sounds on point. Now that we are done with the first topic, let's now discuss the second topic, which is the best companies for you to work for here in the Philippines. Why? Because these companies actually give the best benefits and privileges available. Today, I will be giving 3 Philippine companies for you to work for, and in no particular order, company number 1. Company number 1 is San Miguel Corporation. San Miguel Corporation. In case of financial emergency, the company offers loans to employees without interest. Their educational program allows employees or their dependents to further their studies through a loan with 0 interest. Meanwhile, rank and file employees are given 1 sack of rice every month, while a clothing allowance is also provided for everybody. There's one thing that caught my attention. Clothing allowance? As in, clothing allowance? That's awesome, right? Also, it said there that educational program for my dependents. Hello? Why not, right? Company number 2. Company number 2 is Nestle. Aside from the usual bonuses, those who perform well have additional incentives. Some of the key benefits employees enjoy are free dental checkups, miscellaneous allowance, and loans. They also provide educational support and free use of gym. For those who are, getting fit, free use of gym, thanks to them. Awesome privilege. Also, dental, medical checkups, that's really the best. If you'll notice later, free dental checkups and medical checkups, these are very common when it comes to these great companies. And if you're going to look for a company to work on, probably look for these kinds of services. Company number 3, Ayala. Employees are enjoying all kinds of benefits such as paid vacation and sick leave, which can be converted into cash if not used. There's also free dental and medical checkups. Paid vacation and sick leaves that can be converted to cash. Why not, right? Amazing kind of bonus or privilege. It's just amazing. Also, stated here, there's also free dental and medical checkups as well. Now, I told you guys, it's a common denominator here. Anything health related service, once your company has that, it's good. So these are 3 of the many best companies for you to work for here in the Philippines. And as a bottom line here, if your company has these kinds of benefits and privileges, like what I said a while ago, it's probably a good idea for you to stay in that company. So thank you for watching, guys. If you dislike the video, you know what to do. Just hit that dislike button. But if you do like the video, hit like, get subscribed, hit the notification bell icon for you to be part of the notification squad. Now, once again, I'm Mr. Kasapan. And before I forget, wear a mask, guys. Coronavirus is crazy. Take care.